Alright, one time you can approach a student, give me, say, trigonometry, it's the bane of my existence. Young shy and well, ngahleka kancane, but inhliziyo yami yabuya yababhlungu. I was like, you know what? Trigonometry, man. I understand. It's difficult for many students, but it's like algebra with a dash of new principles. That's trigonometry. That's trigonometry. It's more like algebra with just new symbols and a new set of principles. Well, let me not say new, but extra principles or extra rules. Like you have to know my identities when it comes to trigonometry. You also need to know a cast diagram and special angles where you have to simplify without the use of a calculator. Okay, so Lana, we are answering question 2, still on the supplementary paper, and the description box is my links for other questions in for this question paper. All right, so we have trigonometry, so 2.1 to 2.3. We also have the last part of the question, this one, what is it called? The cosine, the sine rule, as well as the area rule. Okay, so equation iphelela lana ku 2.4. I'm gonna hide this. Depend on the first 3 questions. Okay, now 2.1, they want us to simplify the following. Simplify. You are simplifying. Okay, you are simplifying. So 2.1, let me use white. So 2.1, you have sine x plus cos x, sine x minus cos x plus 2 cos squared x equal to. So the first thing is of course, this should be a natural reaction for removing a bracket, right? Unless lama brackets, maybe it was in a fraction, and then we are put on the numerator, I have something similar to the denominator, then you can cancel. But in this case, we don't have a fraction, but they want us to simplify. There are brackets, you remove the brackets. The sine times our sine, it gives us sine squared x. The sine multiplies that cos, it gives us minus sine x multiplied by cos x. This cos, it times that sine, it gives us a plus sine x multiplied by a cos x. This one, it multiply that one, it gives us minus cos squared x. Then I'm also gonna write this last part of the expression, 2 plus 2 cos squared x equal to, okay, equal to. Now if you pay close attention, you're gonna see okay, these are like terms. Sine cos, these are like terms, but one is negative, another one is positive, so they cancel, right? They're gonna cancel. I'm now left with sine squared x. This I'm writing as it is. On this side, on this end of the expression, minus, don't forget the negative sign. It's a negative cos squared x plus 2 cos squared x. These are also like terms. Minus 1 coefficient plus 2 coefficient. Adding the 2 gives us what? A plus cos squared x. A minus 1 plus 2, it's niggas our plus 1. That is why you have no plus 1 cos squared x. This is an identity. This is an identity. We have how many identities like at level 4? At level 3, we have 2. We have the sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1. We also have another identity, this one. got tan x. We know this one should be a sine over a cos x. This is another identity. This is the identity of 1, or the Pythagorean identity. So adding a sine squared plus a cos squared gives us what? 1. So this is our final answer. All right, I'm gonna take this down. Okay, so we now have 2.2, the next question after 2.1. So without using a calculator, emphasis, let me emphasize this, without using a calculator, show that this is equal to 1 over 3. Show all steps. Show all steps. Now let me show you how you lose marks on such questions for a whole 6 marks. Come on, guys. Checker. You need to simplify the left hand side in this instance. Left hand side, I'm gonna write it here. I'm gonna show you how you lose marks first, then we simplify step by step. Over tan 300 multiplied by cos 210. Alright, lo 5 ngathaka bonakali kahle la. Let me erase la and write to 225 degrees. Right. Okay, this is how you lose marks. Let me show you. Bese ke wena you take your calculator uzenza uclever uthi minus square root 2 over 2 multiplied by nyabangena minus okay, bese kuba tan 300. Then you write the next value, divide. Sometimes we are nale divide le, but it's all good. Ungayikhohlwa phela. Then siba no cos 210. Then kuba minus square root 3 over 2. Stop doing this. Okay? Yekela ukuyenza this thing. Okay? Without the use of a calculator. Bese nasofika la, you're gonna pass this whole thing on the calculator again, and then ubhale uthi it's 1 over 3. Alright? Sometimes you might even get penalized for doing this. So take caution. We need to apply the cast rule diagram. Alright? The cast rule diagram. So since we have about 315, 225, we have 300, we have 210. I'm going to choose, are these reflex? Yes, reflex angles, right? Reflex angles. So in this case, we're going to reduce the angles to our special angles, right? So number 2, without the use of a calculator, they are expecting you to use special triangles, right? This is something you should know off by heart. The special triangles, right? So we're gonna do the following, okay, I'm on the right slide. Equal to. Let me prepare a cast diagram here. CAST. All right. Lana, we have 0 degrees, we have 90 degrees, we have 180, we have 270. Going back, Lana's, 360. Okay. So we're gonna start off by reducing 315 to a special angle. How do we do that? To 315, I know 315 is in the 4th quadrant because 315 is between 270 and 370. So this is gonna be sine open bracket. Now, what do I mean by reducing? I'm gonna use reduction formulas. Line 180 minus. I have 180 plus. I have 360 degrees minus theta. So uma ngithi so reduce, we're gonna use these formulas to reduce to 315, 225, no 300 and 210. So starting with 315, I'm gonna be using 360 minus theta. So the theta is the special angle, which so you reduce a 2, right? So 315 is equivalent to 360 minus 45 degrees, right? 360 minus 45, it's 315. This is how you reduce, right? Ubala that angle as a reduction formula, right? With the theta being the special angle, multiplied by cos 225. So this is going to be cos 225 is between which and which angle? Between 180 and 270. So it's going to be 180 plus 180 degrees plus 45 degrees plus 45 degrees inginikeza u225. Okay, so this is how we reduce u225 tan 360 tan 300. So 300 is between 270 and 360, so we're gonna be using a 360 minus. It's gonna be 360 minus 60 degrees. 360 minus 60, it gives me 300 times cos 210 again is in the third quadrant. 210 is between 180 and 270, so it's gonna be 180 plus 30 degrees, right? Plus 30 degrees. Now you may be wondering, how do I get the 30 degrees, the 60 degrees, the 45, right? The best way to do this would be to take 180, subtract it. Like for instance, 315 is where? In the fourth quadrant. So 315 minus 360, 1245. 225 is in the third quadrant. So to find low 45, how do I do that? Ngithi when I 180 subtract to 225, whatever angle it's gonna be the value for theta. All right, now we're gonna solve for these reduction formulas again. Now sine 360 minus 45 degrees, it's in the fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant to sine negative, so it's gonna be a negative sine 45 degrees multiplied by cos 180 plus is where 180 plus is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant cos unjani negative, so it's gonna be a minus cos 45 degrees divided by tan 360 minus 60, fourth quadrant, tan is negative, so it's negative tan 60 degrees multiplied by 180 plus third quadrant minus cos 30 degrees. All right, 30 degrees. Then you go ahead and consult your special triangles. A sine 45 degrees, so katoa now 45 degrees, or you can either use this one or this one. I'm using, let's say, triangle 1 and triangle number 2. So you can either use the 45 low or that 45, so either one, it doesn't matter. So sine 45, using this angle as my reference angle, sine it's opposite over hypotenuse, so it's gonna be minus 1 over the square root of 2 multiplied by cos 45, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, minus 1 over square root 2 divide by negatives tan 60 degrees, now 60 degrees, tan it's opposite over adjacent, so opposite of 60 degrees square root 3, adjacent it's the 1, so final it's the square root of 3 multiplied by negative cos 30 degrees, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's gonna be square root 3 over 2, right? Then we simplify again, winner times winner, so this one multiplies that one, it gives us 1. At negative times a negative, it's a positive. Square root 2 times that square root 2 gives us 2. So multiplying this, lights over 1 by the way, this multiplies that, gives us 3. this 1 times that 2 gives us 2. Negative times a negative, that's a positive. Okay, so no positive half over a positive 3 over 2, so it's gonna be a half. Doing it tip and times, it's gonna be a half, this half multiplied by, I'm changing this division sign into a multiplication sign. Whatever is in the denominator, that fraction on the denominator will be flipped. You have about 2 over 3. So this 2 times that 1, it's 2. 3 times 2, that's 6. So when this is simplified, gives us 1 over 3. This is how you simplify step by step. Okay, 2.3. 2.3. As we special triangles as well. We don't need them. I think we will, but we'll see. Let me erase that again and use this slide. Okay, 2.3. Solve the following equation for x where x is between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So we have an equation in this case. We have an equation. So 2 cos squared x plus the square root of 3 cos x equal to 0. Alright, so simplifying this case would be for us to take out cos as a common factor. So let's take it out. Anyway, cos x is a common factor. So this is a 2 cos x plus the square root of 3 equal to 0. Right? So using the zero factor law, this is what we have learned lapagu algebra. Right? Hence I'm saying trigonometry, man, it's sort of like algebra but with a new set of rules or with additional rules. So this cos will be equated to 0. This is zero factor law, as well as this other bracket will be equated to 0. So 2 cos x plus the square root of 3 equal to 0. Let's simplify this before addressing or finding our solutions with. So we have about 2 cos x equal to minus square root 3 divided by 2. The cos is going to be equal to minus square root 3 over 2. Alright, so we're going to have to find our solutions for this part again now. Right? What is the first thing we calculate? Reference angle. Reference angle is equal to arc cos of 0 degrees. This is equal to okay, shift a cos 0, that's 90 degrees. Alright, 90 degrees. Now since this is 0, remember Oma uthola the solutions to an equation. After finding your reference angle, you need to check ukuthi, is this value positive or negative? So the 0 is treated as a positive, right? As a positive. Now cast diagram. The cast diagram, yaspana la with trigonometry. So this is your best friend. Alright, so then we ask Booz again. Okay, now I have my reference angle 9. My value is considered positive. Where is cos positive? Cos positive go first quad as well as the fourth quadrant, right? So we're gonna have two solutions. One in the first quad, in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, x is equal to 90 degrees. You take the reference angle as it is. Nangabe solution yako, it's in the first quadrant. In the fourth quad, we actually don't have to go through this trouble. I could have explained the answer through a trigonometric graph course, right? But I think this is the best route. That is why I'm sticking now. So x is equal to, so in the fourth quadrant, there's a reduction formula, et 360 minus theta, lana sino 180 minus theta, lana sino 180 plus theta. So on the fourth quadrant, it's 360. 360 minus 90. Answer should be 270. So these are the first two solutions for equation here. Now we have another set of solutions. Reference angle. Reference angle is equal to arc cos square root 3 over 2. Now you have to make sure, okay, whenever you calculate the reference angle, you do not include or take into consideration the sign of that value. Uma you calculate the reference angle, you don't take the negative sign. You take it as a positive always. Yeah? So we have this arc cos of square root 3 over 2, close bracket. I have a reference angle of 30 degrees. Okay, so my value is negative. Where is cos negative? Third quad as well as second quad. So with second quad, let's start there. Second quad, my solution is gonna be x equal to 180 minus 30. Answer is gonna be 150 degrees. And the third quad, x is gonna be 180 plus 30 is equal to 210 degrees. These are my solutions for this equation. All right, you have any questions, I'm gonna address them in the comment section. Now let's check the last question for question 2. I'm gonna hide and open up this one. Yeah, let's bring the last two questions as well. All right, for construction planning level 3 assignment students, are required to complete the design for an amusement park in the shape of a parallelogram. The plan has a road that divides the park into two equal triangles. Let me underline. Two equal triangles. Still white, okay. Two equal triangles. I'm underlining this because it's important for a calculation later, more especially for the 2.4.1. The shorter side, which is AB, is 1 kilometers, and the long side AD is 1.2 kilometers. The angle A is 40 degrees. All right, is 40 degrees. Now 2.4.1, the area is calculated as half multiplied by AB multiplied by AD multiplied by sine angle A. Okay, angle A. Back, you need two adjacent sides. I'm highlighting them. Two adjacent sides and an angle between the two adjacent sides. Then you can calculate the area. It's always going to be that half multiplied by the two adjacent sides multiplied by the sine of the angle between the two adjacent sides. Let's substitute. Now. This calculation, it's only gonna calculate this area. Let me get something darker. It's only gonna calculate the area for this triangle. But the question says calculate the area of the park. You need the area for this. You also need the area for this. Combined, it's gonna give us the area for the entire park. So in your calculator, this and calculated this, basing our 8, then I'm gonna get the area for the park. Okay. Then it's 1 over 2. What is AB? That's 1. What is AD? That's 1.2 multiplied by the sine of the angle between. That's 40 degrees equal to, right? So this is going to be a 0,5 times 1 times 1,2 times sine 40 degrees. Answer 0.3 decimal places 0.386. Let me double check. 386, yeah. 386 kilometers squared. All right. Now, in an area for this part, for the triangle ABD. Now, remember the underlined statement above. The triangles are equal. Therefore, area of park is now going to be equal to 2. I'm going to take this area and multiply by 2 because this area ilingana na this area. You calculate area of one triangle and multiply by 2. Then like about 0.386. 2 times 0.386 equal to 0.772 kilometers squared. This is our area for the park, amusement park. Okay, for the amusement park. Now 4.2.2, calculate the length of BD. Calculate the length of the road BD. So let me highlight this. I want the green path or the green road length. Okay, so that's what we're gonna calculate here, much. Okay, I have this length, I have this length, and the angle between the two lengths, and that the angle happens to be opposite to the unknown side, the opposite to the BD. So between the cosine rule and the sine rule, we'll have to decide which one we're gonna calculate. With, but in such a setting, for such given values, we're gonna have to apply a cosine rule. Yeah. Then 2.4.2, it's gonna be BD squared equal to AB squared plus AD squared minus 2AB AD multiplied by the cosine of the angle between the two given sides. What is AB? That's 1. What is AD? That's 1.2 minus 2. What is AB? 1. What is AD? 1,2 multiplied by cos 40 degrees equal to, then we do the whole thing. It's 1 squared plus 1.2 squared minus 2 times 1, 1.2, then we go cos 40 degrees, 0.61, 0.601 kilometers. Oh no, okay, this is not the final answer, by the way. It's still BD squared. So we're gonna take the square root on both sides. It's gonna be BD equal to the square root of 0.601 0.775 kilometers. So this is the length for BD. Alright, calculate the angle the road makes with side AD. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let me do this. Lana, we have this length as 0.775 kilometers. This I can hide. Alright, I can hide. Alright, now let's do the last question. 2.4.3. Now we want which angle? This angle. Calculate the angle the road, this is the road, makes with side AD. AD now. So we want this angle. Okay, so let's do that. Now, in order to calculate this angle, we can use the cosine rule as well. But the easiest approach would be the sine rule. I have this side, ngifuna the angle opposite to this side. I have this side, I want to calculate what? 40 degrees. No. I have this side, and I'm also given the angle opposite to it. Ne? So we're going to go about this way. So sizothatha sithi the sine of angle ADB. This angle, this unknown angle, over 1 equal to sine of 40 degrees divided by 0.775. We cross multiply, then go about 0.775. Sine ADB is equal to 1 multiplied by sine 40 degrees divided by 0.775. 0.775 zikhansele, sibe no sine ADB is equal to 1 times sine 40, 0.7775. Answer is 0.829. Then angle ADB is equal to arc sine 0.829. ADB is equal to shift sine 0.829 close bracket 559. Okay, 3 decimal places, 55,996 degrees. This is our final answer. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. You have any questions, let's talk in the comment section. So for now, signing out. Peace.